Taking a quick walk here to the Key City mine area. See all this? This is all dump material. Silicified schist. Quite similar to rhyolite flow. Some of this rock. And then you have quartz. So this is a exploration shaft sunk about 120 meters with a cross cut at about 90 meters. And then you have some drifting cross cuts for a total of about 300, just over 300 meters of underground development, which was all exploratory. We're just a little ways away from Lenora mine over there. Some bedrock here with stringers exposed. And this is all schistose rock here. This is interesting here. This is actually a concrete foundation right here. So we're standing on top of the old mine dump here. There's the road I just walked in on. More mine dump material all over here, going all the way around. And if you take a look over here, this is the shaft. Nice rectangular shaft. This definitely needs to be secured. People have ripped down the fence. So this actually goes down to about 120 meters, and at which point it goes out this way. And used to daylight by Copper Canyon Creek. We're going to go check that out and show you where there's more waste from this area. Reportedly, this intersected about 2% copper in your schist, following the same band that was developed at the past producers. There's Tyee mine dump up there. We just came from the other side of this mound over here, about 100 meters that way. You can see here your oxidation in all your schists, and this is reportedly some of the area that they intercepted in the mine. You see chalcopyrite and pyrite along here. Similar rock, rhyolitic rock, and schists, stringers of pyrite and chalcopyrite. And this is the old creek down here where the second entrance used to be. And reportedly your tunnel at about 120 meters ran down and came out about here. And this area has been logged, seen a forest fire, but this is a mine dump right on the edge right here. I've dug through that. Got some overgrowth on it now that you've had your forest fire area burn through and have a chance to settle out. This is Copper Canyon Creek. There's showings all the way down this creek, down to the Chemainus River. So it would be interesting to find out where this tunnel actually came out. It's likely collapsed or been covered over, but reportedly comes out somewhere on the creek here, possibly above or below, close to where that dump is. Up on that ridge up there, on the other side is the Key City mine, or the shaft. The entrance to the lower portion would come out over there, but right now I'm just on the edge looking at waste rock that's been covered all along here, and that's from the old XL shaft right here. You see the loggers filled this in. Used to be able to go down here. Goes down about 5 meters, then inclines, and it's about a 3 meter by 3 meter entrance. And this actually led to about 1,000 meters of underground development, and it was all exploratory. They did hit some sulfides, and again, they were after the same schistose band on strike of the old Lenora Tyee mines up that way. There is a considerable dump pile. You can see there's one of them right there. And basically along this whole creek for a 100-meter stretch, you have waste rock. Same with here. And again, over here, I'm standing on a waste pile right now. It's quite big. You can imagine for 1,000 meters of underground development. This is about 1/3 of what they took out. Now, because this was exploratory, there isn't massive amounts of mineralization in here, even though the pile is pretty big. But you do find the occasional sample, often in these rusty areas where everything's kind of leached out. You find some samples. Again, this is your silicified schists. You have some argillites in there, quartz, and you got some occasional samples like this where there's sulfides. Mostly quartz with chalcopyrite. When you do find sulfide samples, but it does look like there is some sphalerite in galena. So you can find a few nice samples in this area occasionally. See, down there is the bottom of the dump, about 40 meters away. So digging in the other area of the dump, I am finding a couple more samples as well, which are similar. They do have some quartz malachite staining and some sulfides. It's mostly chalcopyrite. Some nice mineralization in that sample. But that is the XL shaft and the waste rock all along here and along the creek.